Hello, friends. Welcome to the Everyday English with Alex and Ava podcast, where we learn simple, slow, and clear English for everyday life. Let's talk about how politeness shapes English conversations. Ava, why is saying please and thank you so important, especially for beginners?
Great question, Alex. These words are like social keys. They help open doors to friendly interactions. In English-speaking countries, using polite phrases isn't just about manners. It actually makes people more willing to help you, which builds confidence for learners.
That makes sense. So, if a learner forgets to say please, do you think it could make a difference in how people respond?
Absolutely. Even a simple please or thank you can change the tone of a conversation. Studies show that conversations with polite markers are rated as more friendly and successful, and it's a habit you can develop from day one.
Let's dive into practical scenarios, starting with cafes. Ava, what's the basic structure of ordering at a coffee shop in English?
The typical pattern is a greeting, your order, specifying details, and then responding to follow-up questions. For example, "Hi, I'd like a coffee, please." If you imagine it like building blocks, each part adds clarity and politeness.
And what if someone's nervous about speaking? How can repetition help with these phrases?
Repeating phrases helps commit them to memory. It's similar to practicing a song. Soon, your brain recalls the words automatically. Try saying medium, please, 5 times, and it'll feel much more natural next time you're at a cafe.
Now, let's imagine being lost in a new city. Ava, what's the best way to ask for directions clearly and politely?
Start with "excuse me," which signals respect and gets attention. Then, ask your question. Where is the bus stop? It's short, but effective. Using these phrases, even if your pronunciation isn't perfect, people will likely help you.
Are there cultural differences in how people give directions?
Definitely. In English-speaking countries, people often use landmarks like banks or stores. So, listening for words like next to or around the corner helps you understand the answer more easily.
Let's move to another common situation, buying movie tickets. Why do we use I'd like instead of just I want in English?
I'd like is a sophonerate, sounds more polite and less demanding than I want. It's like knocking gently on a door versus pushing it open. Using I'd like makes your request friendlier, which is important in customer service settings.
That's a great analogy. Does this work in other situations, like restaurants or shops?
Absolutely. I'd like works almost anywhere you can say, "I'd like a sandwich," or "I'd like to buy this shirt." It's a universal phrase for making polite requests.
Meeting new people can be challenging. Ava, what tips can you share for introducing yourself in English?
Keep it simple. Start with, "Hi, I'm your name. Nice to meet you." This pattern is easy to remember and breaks the ice. It shows you're friendly and interested in connecting.
What if a learner worries about making mistakes during introductions?
Mistakes are part of learning. Most people appreciate your effort to speak English. Confidence grows the more you practice, and a smile goes a long way to smooth over any errors.
Shopping in a new country can be tricky. What's the simplest way to ask for help in a store, Ava?
Begin with, "Excuse me, do you sell?" This pattern is direct and polite. For example, "Excuse me, do you sell phone chargers?" It's clear, and staff will know exactly how to assist you.
Why is being polite especially important in these situations?
Politeness encourages helpfulness. Research from customer service studies shows staff are more likely to go out of their way if you're courteous. A simple thank you afterwards leaves a positive impression too.
Let's focus on practice. How does repeating phrases out loud help learners become more fluent, Ava?
It works like muscle memory. When you repeat, your mouth and brain work together to make new sounds familiar. Studies suggest that repeating a phrase 10 times can significantly improve pronunciation and recall.
Would you recommend recording yourself or practicing with a partner?
Both are excellent. Recording lets you hear your progress, while practicing with a friend adds real-life pressure and boosts confidence when using English in the real world.
Now, we often use role plays. Why are scenario-based practices so effective for language learners, Ava?
Role plays mimic real conversations, reducing anxiety when you face similar situations outside class. For example, pretending to buy coffee or ask directions prepares your brain for actual interactions, making it less stressful.
Can you share a tip for making role plays more realistic?
Add small details like using real money or changing your tone. The more realistic the practice, the easier it becomes to switch to English in daily life.
Many learners worry about making mistakes. Ava, how can someone move past this fear and stay motivated?
Mistakes are a natural and necessary step. In fact, research shows that learners who try and make errors actually remember new phrases better. Each attempt, even with mistakes, builds your confidence and fluency.
So, is it better to speak slowly and pause if you're unsure?
Definitely. Taking your time shows you care about communication. Pausing is completely normal, even native speakers do it. It gives you space to think and find the right words.
To wrap up, let's review. What's the best way to keep these new phrases fresh and ready to use, Ava?
Practice daily, even for just 5 minutes. Try using the phrases in real conversations at cafes, stores, or online chats. Repetition, real-world use, and listening to native speakers all help solidify your skills.
And do you have any final advice for listeners who want to speak English confidently anywhere?
Be patient and consistent. Celebrate small successes. Every conversation you try is progress, and confidence will follow as you see yourself improve day by day.